Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to part one of my analysis of the government debate. Now, there were some interesting questions that were asked to try to get feedback from our candidates to see what they would do in them type of situations and for them type of causes if they become the governor here of the state of San Andreas. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go one by one going through each one of them questions, and we're gonna see what they said, sort of the rebuttal of what each one said back, and then sort of my thoughts of what could have been done, what could have been said that could make a great governor dealing them situations here in San Andreas. So we're gonna go to the question number one, where I do have the footage from the debate. And the first question that was asked was, the Blaine County right now is stagnated in terms of economic development. And they want to know is, how do you plan to establish and maintain a vibrant economy in the area of our state? So right now we're going to go ahead and show the clip of the answers that each of the candidates says, and then I will come back to me and we'll talk about what their rebuttals were and my thoughts on the questions and stuff and some of the things that could have been elaborated. Alright, so we're going to go to the footage now.
Very interesting question. I'm actually from Sandy, so I've known that it's been kind of in its rut for a while now. And with the dispersion of the sheriff's office up there, at least, BCSO not being much of a thing anymore, I feel like it's become even worse. A good idea for it would just to be opening more businesses, and that's one of my main plans is basically just supporting businesses, having them spread their wings and going farther. Hopefully planning some more events up that way as well, because there's a nice huge lake that seems to be pretty unused.
So one of the main things, one of the main problems that we have in the city is homelessness. So one thing that I would like to do with Sandy is that's where I would like to put my temporary low-income housing. So people who meet a certain threshold, you've been in the city a certain amount of time, we, the government, would give you a home for a certain amount of time, and there you would stay. And it would be very low cost. And I believe that would bring a big boom to not only the existing businesses in Sandy, but it would bring a boom in general by adding more people into the homes that exist there already. So that would be probably one of the main things that I do. Number two is running lots of different and separate events up there all over Sandy. And these two main things is really how I would get that done.
So I would like to pay some attention to the two businesses that are already up there. We have several temporary businesses up in county right now, and while they're doing good, I feel like overall the community needs to pay them some more mind. If we can, get one of these businesses to a more official status, I feel like it would encourage more, more opportunists to set, more temporary businesses up there. Because that's, after all, that's how you get foot traffic, right? You need more reasons for people to travel up north. I really like the idea about the lake sports. Me personally, I love spending the day up there. I don't have time to do so anymore, but it's a very beautiful location, especially Polito. But specifically Sandy, I think we focus on those temporary businesses which are already there.
So, being that there is some current temporary businesses up there, I think that it's important to fund them and help them get their permanent business status, which would, I think, incentivize more people to go up to Sandy. I think also starting more temporary businesses and encouraging them, whether it be with funding or giving them the support and supplies that they need to start another business up there, like the bait and tackle shop that was already open up there. Would love to see that open again. I think that was a great reason for people to go up to Sandy, spend some time up there. It gave people things to do with not only their friends and their families, it also gave them a little bit of extra income on top. And getting more people involved with that, I know they did close down. I'm not sure as to exactly why, but I'm sure that if they had some more support from an entity like the governor or just the state in general, they would have been able to prosper and thrive. and that would have incentivized more people to go up there and support the businesses which are already open up there as well, and create its own economy outside of the borders of Los Santos.
As you can see, each one of them had some good answers and stuff. I really wish that some of them would have went a little bit in depth in it and stuff like that. Each candidate gets 2 minutes to say what needs to be said for each topic to try to sell themselves to the public to be able to get their votes. One of the rebuttals that was there is, I know Mr. Metro asked if Mr. Morello, if he has assisted with any businesses, because Mr. Morello mentioned there's temporary businesses up there and everything, and I guess Metro does not know what Mr. Morello does on his time. But Mr. Morello went ahead and defended himself, saying he's answered a lot of questions for Auto Exotics, and has sat there and actually, helped other businesses be able to become permanent. Mr. Morello also sat there and made a comment about how Mr. Metro was going to be doing low-income housing, or housing for the homeless up there in Sandy Shore, and how would something like that would actually work and where the money would come from and stuff. So I'd be interested to see if Mr. Metro gets elected, how a homeless type of housing situation would actually come about. One of the things, though, that I've noticed is I liked how the candidates talked about running events up there. That's one thing that a couple of the candidates mentioned the lake up there. I know for a simple fact that a good event up there could be, maybe having people rent jet skis for the day. It is a beautiful lake, lots of good space stuff. There's also, the Sandy airstrip that could be used for all different types of things, and have events up there and get people together. All different types of things can be happening in them type of areas and stuff. A couple of the candidates obviously mentioned that there's actually businesses up there, and that how we should, as citizens and the government themselves, help the businesses strive up there and stuff. And which I agree that all the citizens here should support businesses in the different area. We want all business to grow, because that just helps the economy as a whole, and make sure that people are not, running around without jobs. So it helps with jobs and everything. And believe it or not, more thriving businesses, getting more people involved in the world and in the state, can also, do a decrease of crime. Believe it or not, it's a proven fact that if you have really good, vibrant businesses and people are employed and happy, that there's a lot of times you're going to have a lot less crime. So that's something to think about as well in a situation like that. Now, about the businesses out there, the thing is also with the businesses that go into places, they got to do their part too, as to reach out. The only business that I've noticed in my time here, that reach out on a regular basis, that lets people know that they're up there and they're open, is actually the Yellow Jack. So, like, if businesses want to thrive up there, they're going to have to go ahead and do reach outs. They can reach out here to Weazel News even. We do commercials and stuff. We'd love to see your business. We'd love to, get together with you and hold events and get your name out there. So I'm just saying that, businesses themselves are going to have to reach out too. I am kind of sad, though, that really only one candidate really mentioned an area outside of Sandy Shores, and he only mentioned it in sort of a passing remark of just the different name stuff. Blaine County has a lot to offer. There's a lot of different areas, from Chumash, Sandy, Harmony, Grapeseed, and wonderful Paleto, which is where I'm from. I mean, don't think of just the Blaine County as just being Sandy. There's so much different things out there. I know a while back the Fish and Wildlife from the state police actually held a event up there for the Fish and Wildlife, doing hunting and stuff. So I mean, like, there could be so many different events. I know in my time here in San Andreas, way before the stock market crash, we used to have this one EMS named Will, who sat there and did like touring bike trips and stuff like that. Got people motorbikes, and we went out there and explored and stuff like that. So There is so much that can be done out there to get people together and actually, get themselves involved in the county and stuff. The last topic I really kind of want to talk about is the mentioning of somebody saying that they would put all the homeless people there in Sandy. First, I'm just kind of wondering why they'd put all the homeless people in Sandy. Do they think less of Sandy Shores? Because of maybe the way it looks or something? I'm not sure why that would have been the one place that, hey, let's just put all the homeless people there that he would have came up with. But if you want to start working with the homeless people, I'm going to be like the one thing that Morel will say, because Morel mentioned to it that, that would cost a lot to do low income. Where's the government going to get the money? But instead of like the government just sitting there and shoving away all kinds of money for some temporary home, low income housing, the state of San Andreas has so many different like motels throughout the area and stuff and everything. And seeing that the homeless situation should be temporary and shouldn't be something that's long lasting, my thoughts is why wouldn't the governor try to work with local motels and stuff and try to come up with maybe some like low income, rent type of situation? Like people can sit there and be able to get low income rent and maybe, get them rid of a room for at one of the motels in our city, because there's plenty of them, and be able to have that as sort of a way to station in between, maybe homelessness to actually getting out there and being able to grow in their life and stuff like that. I mean, that's just kind of my thoughts on that. I mean, I'd love to hear what you guys say, so I mean, go ahead, tweet out to Weazel, let you know, let us know what you think. Call us on the phone. I mean, I would love to see, different ideas and stuff. But I just would like to see, subsidized rent for hotels. That would be a little bit more reasonable than just let's throw all the homeless people in Sandy Shores and I don't know what he's gonna do go with there. But thank you for the candidates, mentioned doing events and stuff. Let's remember that there's a lot to Blaine County. There's many towns and stuff, and it's going to be a growing period of the candidates actually sitting there and working with it and actually making them grow. Thank you for tuning in to this first part of this series as I go through each of the questions one by one and tell you my thoughts on them. Stay tuned for the part 2 and the next question coming up here on Weazel News. My name is Chris Gray. This is Weazel News. Thank you for watching it.